Just resting you on my forehead. Hi. Yes, I know I look a mess. Oh, fucking boiling as well. So the reason I look like this is because I have just, well, not just got back from therapy, but I've been back from therapy for probably like an hour and a half. Yeah, but the reason I have turned on camera, because I thought I would, this is like my post-therapy thoughts, and I'm gonna take these bangles off just because I talk with my hands and I'm gonna get people pissed off. So I thought, yeah, I would do just a little like roundup. I mean, I have therapy every week now until probably around Christmas time, and I'm not gonna like do this every week, I don't think, but I just wanted to talk about some things that like we just like, I'm not gonna go into content, you know, like that's honestly my business. However, we don't just, you know, talk about that. Before people ask, it is trauma therapy. I know I didn't specify that in my last video, but yeah, we're gonna brush over that. Okay, let's go. So I think that I just want to like talk about some things that cropped up and how I feel about them and how maybe they can help someone, like, you know, also question, because I think so far my therapy sessions have been me trying to broaden like my self-awareness. I'm a very self-aware person. I'm not stupid. Like, yes, I am like no common sense, but I'm not stupid when it comes to like emotional and I don't know, all these things. Like, yes, this isn't me saying that I'm doing bad with my mental health, by the way. This is just me saying like this is part of like my recovery massively. Like, I've been waiting 2 years, 18 months for this, and it's finally come around, and I'm so grateful and I'm very lucky because my therapist, oh my god, it's so embarrassing. So basically my therapist on the first day, she was like, how did you find it, how did you find me? And I was like, you're cool. And then I was like, oh my god, fuck my life, like actually kill me, how dare I? Who the fuck
says, oh, you're cool?
She told me I was cool too, so it's fine, but irrelevant. But either way, like, biggest loser statement ever. So first of all, I think something that's holding me back in recovery massively is my relationship with my past self. I think that's even quite prominent on YouTube. Like, I think I do talk about this quite a bit. Honestly, before before, how do I word this? Before I was doing better, I didn't really care. And now I care probably too much. And I really, really do not have a good relationship with my past. I don't know how to word it. I'm not saying that I was bad. I was toxic, but I was also ill. I was also confused, very lost. But my actions, even till this year, were just horrific and hurt so many people, and that really, really, really hurts me. Like, really hurts me. I know there was a catalyst for things to go wrong. I have a difficult relationship, but I'm not going to talk about it too much. Basically, she said, if your 16-year-old self, sorry, I need to stretch, was in the room, what would you do? And like, she was like, would you like tell her it's all gonna be okay? Like, I was like, nah, I really fucking wouldn't. I'd punch her in the face and I'd tell her, you're gonna have a really shit few years. Like, my relationship with that is, I'm not that type of person. I don't punch people in faces, but I have an anger towards that. That's what it said to me anyway, when she was like, yeah, that's fine, like, you can do whatever the fuck you want to that 16-year-old girl, like, so can other people. But yeah, I think that is something that I really need to work on. this therapy is very much led by you, which for me, I was like really scared about, because I'm not very good. I thought that I'm not good at, you know, just opening up, which I know many of you find very strange, because you'll be like, well, you do this on your YouTube channel. And it's like, yeah, I do that, but I'm confident and comfortable with the conversation. And at the end of the day, like, you guys need to know that I talk to a camera. I'm alone right now. No one can hear me. I'm talking to a camera. In person, that it's crippling for me. However, it was my 6th session today, and she said, like, they go through some of the things that, like, you set goals at the start of therapy, and you go through them and see how you feel. Do you like your therapist? What's helping you? And I'm literally like, oh my god, this therapy, I think, will help me, because by session 3 I had already said a lot, and I'm not joking when I say, like, I'm not gonna say what it is, but I never talk about this ever. And yeah, I'm making a bit of a joke of it because I don't want to feel emotion towards it. I don't think I'm ready, because honestly, when I did, I think I had a flashback, like a scared one, you know. The next thing that kind of came up in conversation was, I set one of my goals as being able to control or regulate my emotions a lot more. Obviously that ties into BPD, but it's also very much a conscious thing. If you are conscious of your emotions, it's easier to like handle them. So like when I was younger, I couldn't even name what emotion I was feeling. Like, I was so, like, my head was full of shit and bad things that, like, I would feel something and I'd be like, what am I even feeling? And I wouldn't know, I wouldn't understand it, and therefore I'd retaliate in defense, which is why I think I was a selfish and toxic person. However, I know now, like, my problem is I am a hot head, like, very much. I don't get angry. I don't get angry often, but when I do, I see red. Like, I'm being, like, fully honest here, I see red, and I'm a horrible person. I say horrible things. Like, one time, really recently, yeah, one time Dylan was here and he saw an argument between me and my mom, and he was like, you're vile. Like, he used the word vile, and I think that, like, I'm not gonna, like, and I think that is very true. It's very difficult, very difficult for me to control myself when I'm angry, because I do see red, and I think my defense mechanisms, mechanisms go straight up. I get scared, you know, like, I used to take things and then take them out on myself and, like, you know, cut, or, you know, anything else, yeah. But I don't have a crutch anymore, and this is the first time in my conscious being that I have to deal with things without resorting to reckless behaviour. Now, I don't think I'm like, I don't think I've conquered it at all, but that is something that I'm really working on, and my goal is for therapy to be my crutch, and that scares the absolute shit out of me. Like, that makes me sick, and that's because that's hard. Like, it's a hard thing to be so vulnerable, and I don't care about being vulnerable. Like, I don't, like, I don't care about that. I said today, like, I feel embarrassed, like, I'm embarrassed. And then I go, I know you're going to say there's nothing to be embarrassed about. I know what I just did wasn't embarrassing, but however, I feel embarrassed. What are we going to do about it? That's my problem, is that I'm not, I know I keep saying I'm not stupid, but like, I actually really don't like it when people, I know that people are just being so kind, but the reality of it is I feel embarrassed. It doesn't matter if I was in an embarrassing situation or not. Either way, I'm feeling embarrassed right now. I don't know how to handle that. What do I do? And there's no real solution except accepting it and recognizing it. And like today, I did feel very embarrassed at one point. It wasn't about being vulnerable. I don't actually know why I felt embarrassed. I wasn't embarrassed that I was crying. I wasn't embarrassed that like she was like nearer to me and like comforted me. I wasn't embarrassed that I was sat in a room just like, you know, being there. That wasn't like it wasn't embarrassing. So why did I feel embarrassed? And it's these questions that I need to work on, I think, because I'm quite, if you didn't know, obviously, if you didn't see, like, fucking hell, I am a deep person. I like to think about things. I like to understand how other people work and how maybe I can emulate that or absolutely, you know, defy that. I'm not a people pleaser anymore. And so basically, I said that when I feel these emotions that I can't handle, or not so much I can't handle, don't know the solution to, I do this thing, right, where I go, right, for 5 minutes I am gonna sit here and feel embarrassed. I'm gonna allow myself to feel nothing else but embarrassment. When you do that, I swear to fuck, not even with just embarrassment, it can be with sadness or whatever, being like, I'm sad, here's 5 minutes. I literally set a timer on my phone and I go, I'm gonna allow myself to be embarrassed, allow myself to feel sad. Emotions aren't bad, like, they're not bad, they're just difficult at times. But what I'm saying is that when I say like 5 minutes, after 2 minutes I'm like, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. And I swear to fuck that's happened like so many times. I mean, I've only done it like 4 times, but each time that's 20 minutes. That means that I've literally just done 8 minutes of that. 12 minutes of that has been just, you know? So basically, like, this is just a stream of conscious thoughts that go in through my head that therapy have provoked, and that I really want to conquer, because I said, like, it's my 6th session. I feel safe there, you know. I feel safe in a space to talk about something that I have never ever, like, no one, like, not Pip, not Dylan, like, yes, they know, but do I talk about it? No. And I said, like, oh my god, there's always fucking services ruining my videos. No, I ruin my own videos. The last thing I'm going to get onto is what I'm going to do to try this week to not only, I've got a very busy week, like tomorrow, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, Pip and I are going out, then it's Waylon's birthday, then it's Tesco girls going out. So that's 3 days. That's 3 days of drinking. I need to be careful because I was boring at the Indian wedding, at the wedding last week. I was boring twice, and if you know what that means, it's fucking embarrassing. I know, in a sari as well. In a fucking sari. My goal that I've set for myself, because last week in therapy I felt very frustrated. I think I was angry a bit, like, because I was talking about my scars and whatever. And if you want to know more about, like, how I dealt with at the wedding. You know, people asking about my scars because people did, and you know, like people made comments. I'm fine about it. They were fine. Most of them were polite. One of them wasn't, but like, it's a different culture, and I would talk about it if you wanted me to. But the week before, I was so anxious, and I was like, why am I anxious? And I thought, is it the depot? Is it? And then I went to therapy the week after, and I was like, I was so anxious because of therapy. Like, therapy left me in a state where I started to think about things I have never thought about before. Like, it invited this new, what would the word be? It's not chapter, and it's not, basically, I thought I had myself sorted out. I thought I knew myself inside and out. And I was asked a question, and it broke me, because I have never, and I know I'm being so vague here, I'll only be quick talking about this, I have never thought about that. So to be asked something that provoked and opened a literal box inside of me that I had thrown away and never looked at, like, it's difficult, you know. Anyway, I was anxious. So for this week, I finished, and I was feeling, you know, upset. I feel a bit hurt, but I'm alright. I think I'm just a bit confused. I don't think I've actually regulated my emotions yet. Yeah?
Just drop in your sister.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can be okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last week, my therapist said, write down what you feel and then burn it. And I, you know, I knew that people can do that. I knew that I could do that. I've seen it before, like, many a time. But have I actually done it before? No. So I was like, fuck it, I'll give it a go. And I did, and it helped me. It helped me so much, because I kind of put to bed all of them thoughts, and then I could then enjoy having the wedding for the rest of the week. You know, I wasn't preoccupied with all of these negative or just very emotional moments for me. So this week I am gonna try and do the same, not necessarily burn. I don't read back what I've wrote, but I want to just kind of like have a stream of thoughts coming out of me. So that is something that I want to kind of do and get into a bit of a habitual routine with that, because I think it actually really helped me. I love to write and all of that. Like, I'm not that type of person. One of the main things I want from this therapy is to be able to regulate my anger. So this week, and this is where I'd love if you commented, if you knew, if you are gonna try, like, I want to like almost practice and pretend that I'm angry and ask myself what I'm gonna do. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like when you get in a car, you can't just get in a car and drive it. You have to learn. And I think if I have in my head ways that can be completely ridiculous, like the whole boring thing that's helped so much with my eating, I'm not doing the splits though, but we ignore that. But yeah, I'm going to basically have at the forefront of my mind, okay, I'm very angry. How do I solve this? Because anger is the one where I lose control. So that's for me what I kind of grasped from today. I don't know if this is wanted or not. To be honest, I just think it's quite good for me as well to, I mean, I've got people to talk to about it. Like, I've the most amazing people around me. However, sometimes you just need to, you know, I don't know, I'm not going to explain myself. You know, I don't particularly know if you would enjoy this. It's basically a stream of thoughts. It's just going to be my post-therapy thoughts. So I am going to end it there. I'm going to go take off my makeup and like probably fall asleep because I'm very, very, very drained. I had a great day with Pip. Like, yeah, I love you guys. Please stay safe and I will see you soon. Kisses! Bye! I think it's kind of hit me. I'm in one of those, like, I find this so unfair. There are some things that I just can't accept, do accept, try and accept, but I'm just so fucking useless. I'm progressing in anything. I'm not doing badly, like, I'm okay. But, like, therapy isn't one of those things that you can just go into and then be fine. Like, you don't come out fine. Sorry, that's so gross. It's just really difficult. And when you don't have anything to release all this pain, I just, like, right now, the reason I'm crying so much is because I don't know what to do with myself. It's not so much that I have urges, I just want this thing that I don't even know what it is. I just want it to stop. I don't care if I seem ungrateful, it's just not fair. Sorry. I just feel like I feel so left behind. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be like everybody else. I'm so embarrassed. And it's not just YouTube, it's the fact that I only have GCSEs, or like I haven't moved out. I feel like since this new chapter is fucking scary, because not gonna lie, I didn't think I would be around for this. So try to pull yourself together. It's hard enough for anybody. I just think it's unfair. I just wish I never, like I said earlier about it having the 60-year-old Marie in the room, like, just want to fucking punch her in the face. But why? What? And she doesn't deserve it, so why do I want to do it? There's just all these questions I have, and all this conflict inside, and I just feel so alone. And I just feel so, I regret so much. And you know, like, on good days I can let that not overtake me, but on bad days, the fact that I am not who I want to be, I could be the change. I don't really know what I'm saying, but I just want to let you know that, like, yeah, if you're having therapy, like, it's not glamorous. It's fucking hard work. I'm sorry, I just cried. That's so embarrassing. Like, even that, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, oh, I literally just, I don't even want to push my 60-year-old self, I want to push myself. Just so not fair. Yeah. It's just really unfair, isn't it? But we have to deal with it, yeah? I'm gonna let myself cry for the next 5 minutes. I will set a timer and then I'll do something else. I just wish, you know, like, as the emotions aren't bad, but I just wish I could turn them off sometimes. Just turn this off, turn that off, just gets a bit much. It isn't fucking easy. I'm so grateful for it, but it's not very easy, so. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon.